Hello everybody, it's a beautiful spring day in Trussville, Alabama. Glad and excited to connect with you on the Financial Planning Simplified video series. You will notice in the backdrop, maybe those that are in the community that recognize our building right here, I'm actually standing in new construction, a new building, professional firm that is coming right next to us, and that was exciting. The shadows very much help today with bright sun. We had a lot of rain yesterday, and so it's good to just step over here, and I thought I'd feature this beautiful backdrop. As we talk about a subject that has come up for me 4 or 5 times in the last 60 to 90 days, I try to stay connected in the community, and I will tell you the subject will most apply. I don't know how many teenagers are watching this, or young adults, maybe some, but certainly for people my age that have teenagers or young adults. The subject of when to start investing and how you go about it. And the subject that has come up a number of times, my youngest, I have an older daughter that's 22, but I have a 17-year-old. And so a lot of his friends and their parents, several of them, have asked me specific questions as these young adults are starting to work and have jobs, and they're exposed to a lot of investment messages that come on social media. There's a lot of it floating out there. Some of it's good advice, some of it is maybe good advice, but not directly applicable. So I wanted to kind of clarify what the options are. First of all, I think it is outstanding that the question is even being asked. There is this wonderful tool called compound interest, and so the sooner you can learn how to leverage a portion of your money for growth down the road, I think that's a win for everybody. So this is a good question. But first thing to understand is that you cannot open a direct investment account until you're 18 years of age. Now, you could be a senior in high school and be 18, so it's possible that you could do this on your own. But many of the questions I have received have come from 16 and 17-year-olds, parents, or directly from the student themselves, the teenager or high school student themselves. And so here's a way to go about this. So you've started a job, you're driving, you have some extra money, and you think to yourself, I like Google, or I like Amazon, or I like Nike, or I buy Under Armour, whatever it is, whatever. I want to be able to take a portion of my money and start to invest that. I want to understand this and learn this. You can certainly do it. What you'll need before you're 18, and maybe even when you're 18, is to check with your mom and dad, check with parents. Parents, if you're listening to this, then this is how you guide your becoming adult children. And I will tell you, don't shy away from the question. Maybe you've never done this. Maybe you're just participating in a 401k and this is a little foreign for you. I think that happens a lot, is that kids have been exposed to a lot of these more flexible digital platforms like Robinhood, where they can tap into investments. So I think that's something for you. Don't shy away from it. Engage with the concept, because what they're really wanting to do is to learn how to be investors. So just because you've not done it doesn't mean that you can't maybe learn from them. And perhaps this is a great conversation tool between parents and their daughters or sons to say, how do we do this together? But you can open something called a custodial account, all right? So I'm not gonna get into the weeds today on that, but you can open an account for your kids, okay, that's for their benefit, that you still have some authority or umbrella overlook over. And then from there, so you can do that, and they could literally, whatever work they're doing, through their employer, part-time at a retail shop or a boutique, or working through the city, or whatever they're doing, cutting grass, they can slice a portion of those monies and put them into this investment account that you've opened for their benefit. And I would tell you 2 things. Let them explore their options. Let them explore things they're passionate about. I threw a bunch of brands out there. There are other ways to do that, but I think you can do one of 2 things. One, very simple, you can just buy an index. Like, you can just get broad exposure to the stock market, and the point there is just that they're beginning this journey of saying, I want to be an investor. The other way, if they want to dig a little deeper, is to find an organization, a company that they really believe in, maybe a product they buy. At this point, yes, we want return, but what we're really gaining is education. We're learning something about margin, taking a piece of our earnings and sliding it over from an investment perspective, and we're learning how to understand how companies make money. And so that is a win on like every single level. So I encourage these conversations. I just wanted to throw this out there. I know this is a longer video. If we can ever be of help, let us know. Always available to answer questions for parents or teenagers. Let us know. Ian Maddox, HMFP. Until next time.